Hello and welcome to the poorly named ShadowWalking Group 2 Session 1. This is the first time I'm going to get to run these poor fools through the paces of, well, being professional criminals. Going to throw out a few quick things. I tend to not ask for specific roles, so if I am describing a scene and you think you have a skill that is relevant, please feel free to roll it and label your skills. I will also teach you from a rather Pavlovian method because you can, if you misroll a roll like Tilt has just done there, where he didn't put the greater than 5 and all of that other stuff and not labeled.
I was rolling for my monies.
All
I'm just
right.
gonna test the macro. Let's see if it works.
Yep, go ahead and do that. And if
All right,
you
it
know,
works.
otherwise,
Oh.
I'm gonna make you re-roll everything. That one's
That's a
not
lot of
labeled there,
sixes.
sir.
It is. Hover over it.
I mean that's so no, it's not labeled. Like ready? Man,
It's not labeling what the roll is for, is what he's talking about.
Oh,
See how that does that?
So you just add a space?
Yeah, you can just
And
do
then-
space and then type things.
So like,
Good news, I will not probably kill you all tonight. It's going to be a little bit of a getting to know each other and how our different thought processes go. It will also be a little bit of a higher paying job so that you guys can get kickstarted into doing stuff, because sometimes it sucks not having money to do stuff. Are there any questions that you guys have come across in the past week since we talked last?
Not anything I can think of, no.
not anything I can specifically ask.
Okay.
I have many
still
questions.
getting into
Many
the
questions,
books.
but we should probably wait until we hit the table to start getting into all the nitty-gritty stuff.
Well, in that case, we're going to start. Do you guys want to start in like November, or do you guys want to start like some other time of the year? 'Cause I guess that's kind of relevant in a general weather sense.
Can
let's start around Christmas.
Okay. You can start in like
No.
November then?
So now, around Christmas.
Sure.
Yeah.
We'll start up at around November. For the ease of convenience, let's say that it is Wednesday, November 16th, 2078. It's about 11 a.m. Tilt, what are you doing around this time of day? As I put the spotlight directly upon the face.
getting coffee.
Okay. What's your poison, as it were?
Very strong dark coffee.
Love it.
Very cheap.
You get a call on your comm link from a number that you recognize that means money.
I like money.
Right.
I like picking up money calls.
Excellent. So the voice on the other end is the guy who got you your last job, because I believe we discussed that you guys did a job previously.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, his name is Aldo. He's a kind of a big brute of a man, but he has this habit of wearing these little tiny, like maybe half-inch sized glasses when he's got something he's taken a keen interest in. Huge brute of a man, 6'8" or so, almost as wide, that kind of thing. Does anybody want to comment anything on the previous job that you guys did together in more detail than we talked about last time?
Not specifically.
I forgot what we wrote down about the job.
Nothing.
Yeah, we decided it was a smash and grab, if I remember correctly.
Oh, you're right. We did do that.
But
Sure.
did it go right? I don't remember. Was it a sting?
I think
We're
it went-
still
it went
here.
right.
Yeah, it went right.
It
I
went
mean,
Oh, okay, then we're good.
As a quick sidebar, you guys are more than welcome to write whatever it is you want all over the table, so long as it pertains to the game.
It was weapons, right? We got a whole bunch of guns.
I think it was something like that. I could bring
Yeah,
you
we
guys back to
decided
the
it was
previous-
guns.
Excellent. So, as you pick up the phone, Aldo's voice comes across with a, "Hello, You looking for a little more work?
I'm always looking for a little bit more work there, my friend.
Wonderful. I have a missus who needs a little thing taken. Is this something you and yours can do?
Me and mine can have a look at it, yeah.
Alright. I'm gonna send you a little bit of details. You can get the rest from her.
Alright, alright.
Alright. And then he begins a data file transfer to you. Inside the file is a location to a small hotel in one of the nicer parts of town.
You want me to link you the map, Roger?
That would probably be a little bit easier because I'm really lazy and didn't read as much as I should have on Germany.
Actually, information on Germany is really hard to come down to, but the map project is pretty useful. You can glean a lot of information off of it, or at least fill out your own.
Let me just click my random business name generator. Man, none of
Just
these are
slap
good.
legitimate German business over it.
So it'll be the Portsmouth Harbor Inn and Spa. I'll write that out for you guys.
Germany has a harbor. I mean, Berlin has a harbor.
I feel like isn't there a river in Germany?
There is. Is this over in Potsdam?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
The place doesn't actually exist, so I guess that is a good answer. I should probably not use that one though. There we go.
I mean, it can be ironic.
Arms. It is in the nicer sections of town, and it is, as far as you can tell, a legitimate hotel just from the cursory look. The meeting is for 7 o'clock tonight in the ballroom. And you have the next 8 hours to do whatever it is you will. Which may result in you pushing the mute button.
Oh,
Tilt, you there?
Sorry about
Yeah.
that. My
Yeah,
headset
but-
just shat itself. On that, what just happened?
You were given a data file that has an address to the Winthrop,
Winthrop
Arms
Arms?
Hotel with a meeting scheduled for 7 p.m. this evening in the ballroom.
All right. So with that, I will. I'll call everybody. I'll call the gang, as it was, and send them, all the relevant information. I'll have Tara. I'll ask Tara if you could look into a little bit about the hotel, if that would be cool for him.
you want me to what now?
Look into the hotel. Nothing big, just, what kind of suit should I wear? Is parking
I
going to
ain't
be
doing
bad?
shit. Hold on. Let me get somebody for this. As he will compile a sprite.
Sure, let's roll some dice.
All right, compiling quarter sprite. Let's see. I
What
got 12 dice.
force
That's
would you like?
level 6. Yeah, I keep.
Oh, sorry.
I know it's annoying how they're so similar but not. All right. Wow, 3 hits. Roll the resist.
I am sorry, sir.
Okay. Nothing happens. Let me take.
Take 6
Free
points of
drain.
fading.
Yep. Let's resist that.
Enjoy
Ow.
4 points of headache.
Oh. God fucking damn it! Messed it up again.
You are more
Fine.
than welcome to try again with -1 due to your wound penalties.
Can I just make a regular matrix search at this
You
point?
could totally
Oh,
do it yourself.
Instead of being lazy.
I was about to
Tanner
say,
just
you
gonna
know,
look at this himself.
there are more sane ways of Googling a hotel. We still have Google, right? Or no?
I believe it is a over the horizon search.
Oh, okay.
Sponsored by Horizon, obviously.
Naturally.
All right,
Or
so
meta naturally. Let's be inclusive here.
what is the check for that? I'll take like what's the short one? Is that like
Computer
an hour
plus
search?
intuition. It is in. There are 3 stages. There is a 1-minute search, which only takes like 1 hit. I'm not going to make you roll that. You're more than welcome to just buy hits for that. The second tier one is 3 hits. Takes you about a half hour. Under the situation where you have many hours before the time where it is necessary, I'm more than happy to let you buy hits on that as well. The long one is like 12 hours, requires 6 hits, and well, you're gonna have to roll that one out. Zwerg,
All right,
with your
I'll-
bars and clubs low class, you've never heard of this place.
Okay.
Oh,
I figured it was probably too fancy for me, but you never know.
Where is the dwarf
can I-
mage, right?
Can I teamwork chat rat on the computer by
I mean,
doing
if
a
he
cursory
is-
search?
Are you good with computers?
I've got computers
Well,
3, rolling
what-
11 dice with +2 for matrix search.
With 5 hits, he's probably pretty good on the a
Okay.
little bit more obscure things. As I come over here to click my random name generator. So, you have a lot of the forward-facing information automatically. It is a hotel. It is, air quotes, family-owned and operated, in that it comes from a little bit of a, like an old money situation. It has been in the family for many generations. It is still rather kept up as a very active and not quite touristy, but there is occasionally events that happen there in the ballroom, in the some of the other halls. Nothing super crazy. The current click over my thing to German.
How about bar mitzvahs? Do they have bar mitzvahs?
I mean, you can rent it out for that if you really wanted to, but you know, that sounds like a
Personal issue.
lot of money. The current like family member that is in control of it is a Carolyn, spelled like that, Carolyn Winthrop. She is in her mid-40s. Does a little bit of like the public stuff, like she'll have charity auction type things there in the ballroom, charity other events. She comes from old money like the rest of the place. What specifically would you like to know about it?
What can I pick up from this? Like, what specifics can I grab about her?
Is it high class?
About her,
Access or meat? Like,
not a
is
whole
her
lot,
meat
because you
is her
didn't
meat
search
feed
her.
public? All right, that's fine. Cool.
about
All right, so just specifics about does it have a host? Actually, that's the first thing I want to know.
yes, it indeed does have a host.
Public or private?
Public.
Oh, cool.
You would know as a professional criminal. Oh, I guess I should explain assumed competence. You guys are, to the best of my knowledge, not professional criminals. As such, please don't tell me, because if it turns out that you are, I don't need to be an accessory. The term assumed competence kind of comes up because your characters are professional criminals, which means for the most part, when you're going to do illegal things that could get you in trouble, I'm going to assume, unless you specifically say something, you're not doing dumb things. For example, the troll that was going to the meet, not you, Grog, different troll, was riding his motorcycle, and then he described his situation as having his katana in the holster and his assault rifle across his back. And I was like, let me stop you right there and explain to you why this is a bad idea. So if you still want to do it, by all means, we can do it, and we're going to go through those steps. But let me just hold you right there for a second. So I'm not just going to kind of dick you guys on that kind of stuff. However, as time goes on and the runs become more and more serious, the amount of assumed competence is going to go down, and that kind of stuff, like, it's never going to go away completely because I don't know everything about Germany in 60 years, and neither do you guys. So we'll make up some of that on our own. Um, so things like, you asked if they have a host and whether or not it's public or private. Yes, it has a host. It is a business. You will also know that many of its the private parts of things are going to be inside and they are going to be encrypted because that's how hosts operate. Because why would I have all of my my guests' information just kind of hanging out there on the matrix for anyone to just kind of stumble upon, you know?
I understand that. That's why like a big stink. Like you
Sorry?
through that area through the matrix.
I mean, wouldn't they?
Or will there be like, you know, not so much hacking, just like
I'm
exploring
sorry,
matrix, walking
you're
through
coming
hosts?
in and out
Bad thing?
pretty bad.
Holy.
So what
Okay,
was it
well,
you
while
were-
that happens, Tilt, what other information did we get
Alright.
in the data pack? Oh, he's back. There you go.
Can you hear
that
me
was
now?
more or less it in the data pack.
Just
yeah.
the location of the hotel.
Well,
Anybody
so
to meet?
the location of the meet and the time, basically.
Anyone to look for, or just be here or be square?
You'll be looking for as I look for the tab that I had open, a Frau Schmidt, which, you know, shouldn't surprise you guys.
Right. Naturally.
So Terry, you had questions that you wanted to,
Yeah.
that you were trying to ask before things exploded.
Can you hear me now? Is it stable?
It sounds a bit better. So if casually strolling, so here's the thing: if you go up to the host and you're like, "I want to check out your thing," it's going to have a bit of public-facing information. But if you want to say make a reservation, then you and your persona and the host would exchange marks, and it's kind of like whenever you go to actually place a reservation now, it's going to ask for like your SIN information, and it's going to get to learn a few things about you. In this case, you're probably fine because somebody that's about to pay you a pile of money to go do bad things for them, presumably either owns, works, operates, has a deal with, has some connection with this hotel. So you could probably go in and look around if you wanted to without any like real threat, but like say the job was to go in and do a data steal on some business place. Let's use pharmaceuticals, and you just kind of logged in with your SIN information and stuff, and then like didn't buy anything, and then the next night they catch your SIN on a car driving around in the parking lot doing something, and then the third day it's like they catch your SIN because you forgot to turn it off when you went in to steal things from it. So like wait a minute, this guy has been here like 3 times over the past couple of days. That's shady. Now, if you want to enter the host illegally, you could do that through hacking.
Ooh, not this time.
That's fine.
We're about to have a meet there. I don't want to like fuck things up and cause a stink.
Yeah. So what
So
else?
leave that
You got
alone?
a bunch of hits on your computer roll. I gave you some information. What else? Is there anything else you would like to know about it?
Parking.
Okay, parking.
Yeah, it's got parking. It's a hotel.
Security contracts.
You're in a B rating zone, so I'm going to assume that for ease, and since Ares is a giant world-spanning mega corporation, we're going to just say that Knight Errant has the standard security contract here, mostly because I will forget if I make up some funny name for some...
It's actually Knight Errant.
Ah, look at that. So,
All right, so Knight Errant. Oh yeah, how are people normally dressed to this place?
It is a nicer hotel.
And still wanted to know. All right, so dressing fancy.
Any of the rest of you guys, if you have other questions, please feel free to chime in so long as Tara is sharing this information.
My question was just answered.
Who's Tara?
That's the display name that he has on his thing for his...
My current
so
Dixon's
so it
name,
is.
Tara.
Well, what's your street name? How's that?
Yeah, it's currently Tara. The
Okay.
street name changes. Like every time he burns out a set, it just changes the street name.
Okay. Just because I'm not going to call you by whatever your people's names are because I don't talk to you. I talk to your characters.
Mm-hmm.
In hearing that this is a more high upper class one, like I'm gonna have to go buy myself a suit.
Sure. You can get just like a standard non-armored suit for like $200. You can shop at the Big Control.
Big and control.
I think I know a dry cleaner.
So, fellas, I'm a little strapped for cash. So, I do not own a nice suit. I have a suit, but, it may not fit in.
How bad could it be?
Can I call up my dry cleaner buddy and see if I can get everybody a nice set of suits?
I mean, here's the thing. Dry cleaners don't sell clothes. You could totally get him to, like, grab some random
Borrow.
dude suits. Yeah, no, let's see his connection times 2 plus his loyalty. Or no, this is more of a favor, so let's do loyalty times 2 plus connection. Which
It doesn't matter.
Which, I was about to say, which if I remember your sheet, he should be able
He's
to
a
handle
3/3.
that. Yeah.
I'll go and buy my own because it's harder to find clothes my size.
If you have a bunch of money, you are more than welcome to buy like armored versions of like the auctioneer business clothes or that kind of stuff. Basically anything that is not custom fit, you can get in less than 8 hours. You just go buy it off the rack.
I think Tara's gonna be that guy,
smart.
just not.
Yeah, Tilt, he could totally take care of you. He's going to ask for a couple of bucks to
Charlie
just in
will
case, because he is going to have
send
to
him.
rewash them.
Charlie will send him a message. He'll buy him a nice suit.
Well, this is Tilt's contact, so it's whether or not he's
Oh, well, if he said if he needed his strapped for cash, I assume that was to everyone.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't remember which person you were talking to in there.
No, it's the dwarf, Jurgen.
I mean, I'm willing to cover a couple yen for anyone that wants to borrow a suit for the meet.
What's Tilt's lifestyle?
Hi.
All right. Yeah, you can just cover this from your high lifestyle. I'm not even actually going to worry about nickel and diming you if you're going to cover it for other people.
How about say, I also have a high lifestyle and was gonna just go get myself a dress.
Sure.
Because I usually exist in sweatpants and nursing gear.
That's how I exist. So, is there anything else you guys want to do before the meet this evening?
Get high.
I mean, that's possible. You could go get any
God
number
damn
of
it.
drugs.
Before the meet,
Oh no, I have
Char-
drugs. It's on my sheet.
Excellent.
Charlie's gonna, during his morning ritual of going for a run, he's gonna run past the hotel and just like give it a visual look as he runs by, make sure there's no big like crazy event going on.
It's Christmas. It's Christmas.
Yeah,
It's
that's
no-
that's why
it's
I'm looking
November.
looking at it.
What's the weather outside?
Frightful.
Is it fright? It's frightful.
Beat me to it.
I mean, when you put them on the tee like that,
It was a layup.
yeah,
I admit.
That
It is,
joke's OP.
it is about 9 degrees Celsius there because I just googled Germany's weather and it is mostly cloudy. So it's a chilly day.
No snow though.
No snow in the forecast either.
Oh, thank God.
I mean, there's a little bit of
Okay.
rain coming up, but
When is there not in Shadowrun?
I mean, it's a wonderful way of setting the display of the gray, overcast, gross.
Okay.
So, given your little jog past the place, it has some nicely manicured lawns. You don't see a lot of cars in like the parking lot. There is maybe half a block down a parking garage, and you will notice as you go by that there is a bellhop standing outside.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry, not a bellhop, a valet.
Valet. All right.
If you want any more, please feel free to roll perception or anything else you have that's relevant.
No, I just run on by, just give it a look, make sure you know.
Sure.
Perception. Like, there's no cops that hang out really close to it. Is basically what I wanted to know.
You don't happen to see any cops.
Okay,
Like,
then yeah,
there's
that's
no
it.
like cruisers just kind of sitting there following slowly behind you.
All right, cool. Then I just continue my jog and then start heading home.
Sure. Anybody else want to do anything before the meet?
I would.
Sure.
So Hell is going to order that dress to be
Yep.
sent to the front desk of the hotel, and then she's going to, with her high lifestyle, can I rent the lowest, cheapest room they have for like 1 day?
Sure. You now have a room
Sure.
at the Winthrop Arms Hotel.
Awesome, perfect. I tell everyone the room key and access number. Tell them to meet me there.
What SIN are you using to rent this place? 'Cause if we're gonna start a paper trail, we'll start a paper trail.
I suppose I will use which sin? Will I use my real sin or my fake sin? You know what? My fake sin's totally happening. Yeah,
Sure.
it's a rating. It's rating 4. It's nursing. You know, I'm going to be going on a sabbatical, but they don't need to know where I'm going. I basically just make it look like I'm traveling.
Sure.
I'm assuming
What do
that
I-
in that
Do I need to roll anything?
public
No,
you're rolling.
transportation
No,
still
you're
a
rolling
thing,
again.
correct?
That what?
Public transportation exists.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I don't have a vehicle. I don't know about anybody else.
Yeah.
But
Do you have
I
money
do.
to pay for the bus?
that's the other questions. I mean, I've got like 16 yuan on me, so I wasn't sure how much the bus cost. Because it's about a 2.5 hour trip from where I'm at to where the meeting's at.
Man, look at this guy with his knowing where things are.
Because it's in Potsdam, right? That's where we said it was.
I think so, because that sounds like the place that we said, and it was a nicer area.
Yeah, Potsdam
Yep.
is kind of near the water because you said it was the Portsmouth Arms or something like that.
Completely owned by the Draco Foundation. It's this big orange blob on the left side, on the big river.
Gotcha.
If you're looking at the housing, the map project, it's the orange blob on the left.
Okay.
And it is on the outskirts of town, which means it's going to take a while for all of us to get there.
Man, it's a good thing I give you guys so much time. By
Well, yeah,
accident.
I was like, I'm assuming public transportation operates about the same. I literally just Googled how long it would take me to get from where I'm at in Köpenick to Potsdam right now. And it says it takes 2 hours, about an hour and a half to 2.5 hours, depending on the bus.
Man. Did it say how many dollars that would take?
No.
Let's take your $16 and we'll assume that somewhere along the line you jumped off and ran for your you're like end of the line and you're like not paying for that. I mean, you get to roll your fading resist there, Tara.
I keep forgetting that's a mechanic.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty useful mechanic for staying conscious. See, you only took 1.
All right, I can nap that off. Holy shit!
Well, you had 4 from earlier too, so you get a nap off 5.
Okay,
Uh,
so
Do you want to try and register this one?
He only has one service.
Yeah, well, you get
I'm gonna
if
end up
you get,
re-registering him immediately.
if you get net services or net hits on the registering roll, you get additional tasks that way as well.
Oh, cool. All right, I will try registering, which is at the. Hold on, I had a -3 penalty now.
Should be only -1 because you had 4 and 1, so you're 5 boxes of stun.
Yeah. All right. So -1. Okay, registering.
And you're down an edge.
It's all right. You can nap to get that back, I think, or is it 8 hours? I don't
It's
remember.
a full night's rest and a hearty meal.
All right. So I got 2 more left to burn. Hopefully, we'll not have to do anything
Spend,
today.
not burn. Burn's very different.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting. You're right. All right.
That's fine. I mean, if you want to just burn your edge on the first night for a random machine sprite, I'll be more than happy to
No.
accept it and warm my house with that edge.
I need edge for other things. All right. Now registering.
Man.
Oh,
Are you comfortable with that level of success?
I'm edging this too. Oh my god, this sprite better be worth it. This better be the guy.
All right, you owe me 9 more dice then.
Dice just don't seem to be with you today.
No, my dice are great though.
Oh, let's see that opposed roll, which is now ×2 of its level. Ah!
Seder Crumb's got this grid on lock.
Oh man, this is not working out.
Go ahead and roll your fading resist first 8. All right, you take 5. What is your willpower, sir?
5.
Good news, you're
I
not
think I have
unconscious.
one more box. Yeah, I think I have one box left.
Yeah.
Like I got 1 HP left.
You want to just sleep it off and stop playing around?
Yeah. I'm going to bed now.
All right.
Charat, how are you getting to the hotel with your massive migraine?
I mean, he's
Got a
got
dodge
hours.
scoot. And yeah, we have hours.
All right.
Oh, yeah,
I gotta
that
dodge
takes
how
6
much-
hours, so you got about 2 hours before you get there.
I mean,
Wait, whoa, I only have 2 hours to sleep.
Yeah.
well,
so
if he's taking public transportation, is it public?
I mean, do you have a vehicle?
Yeah, you have to dodge scoot.
If you're feeling brave, you may strap yourself into the Dodge Scoot and try to take a nap as it auto drives you to where you need to go.
I have grid guide on it. I will do that.
I'm just saying it is a motorcycle.
Oh my
It's a
god.
scooter. It's a scooter.
Oh my
Let's
god.
not even make it sound cool.
Okay.
Do you have any sort of personal like manacles or anything to just?
I'm going to assume that he can strap himself in.
Yeah, he's a matrix user. He uses like sleeping in place.
Sure.
He'll
Can you go ahead and roll me your edge?
the remaining or just
Your attribute. Just
all
you
right?
know,
The whole pool.
Yep. Which I believe for you is 3. Good
2
news.
hits.
It doesn't pour down rain while you're driving, so you can actually go ahead and roll your body plus willpower twice to see how many boxes you get back, since you're nearly unconscious.
Is
Go ahead.
is sleeping during a motorcycle restful sleep?
Not really, but I'll allow him to
It's
recover
a scooter.
some.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm sorry. I take it back. Total. That leather seat between your legs, so comfortable.
Yeah, you can. It doesn't actually have to be sleep. It's just like rest. He's kind of just clearing a headache, so I imagine he takes a
Yep.
couple of Tylenol and.
Yep. Just. Wow.
All right, good news. You have 2 boxes back.
Damn, it feels good to be a gangster.
Yeah, no, I sure hope nobody hits you with a little bit of stick and shock and just knocks your ass out.
That's probably what's gonna happen, knowing my luck.
So does anybody else have anything they want to do? I think I heard somebody start to say something.
I'll once I get my suit, I'll actually put it on, make sure I have the concealable holster in place and whatnot, and then I'll ride my motorcycle over to the hotel to the room that old boy got.
Sure.
I'll just I'll just get all dressed up real fancy in my fine clothing.
Sure. So you guys will be able to easily get there. Well, Zwerg won't be able to easily get there, but he'll be able to get there. Just because, you know,
I
he's good.
have a question.
Sure.
How surveyed are the comings and goings of rooms? Like, if 5 Shadowrunners walk into a hotel room, are there camera proof to prove this?
There
How
are
surveyed are the
definitely
hallways?
interior and exterior cameras. It is a decently not like super secure, but like they have to have cameras and stuff inside their building. You know.
I imagine they have cameras inside the building at the doors, but like in the personal hallways, looking at the doors. Yeah,
Not like
there.
one staring at each door kind of thing, but there are definitely cameras that look up and down the hallways because that is for safety.
That would make things safe. I feel safe now.
I'm gonna show up like an hour early.
Mhm.
make sure the valet takes nice care of my beautiful motorcycle.
Sure. So
Anyone else going to show up early?
Yeah.
So I'm absolutely
will
going to
as
show
well.
up early, and I'm going to throw. I mean, I'm not like super concerned about it, but I am relatively concerned about my face being out there. So I'm actually going to throw my physical mask. I'm going to use a spell to disguise my appearance.
you may go ahead and roll that out.
Okay. All right.
Are you guys bringing anything to the hotel room?
Yeah, what horribly illegal things are you carrying?
Yeah, like I'm
I'm
just
not
bringing
bringing
a
my guns.
suitcase. I'm just bringing a suitcase full of just normal clothes.
Huh, are they going to check me out the door for drones? Actually, no, my drone is technically legal in Newcastle. I don't know how Berlin works.
So, what kind of drone is it?
It's a little mini rotor drone.
I mean, so when you say roto drone, like the medium style NC,
It's the fit in your pocket rotor drone.
all right, there's no fit in your pocket roto drone. That would be like a fly spy or something else. Like a roto drone is a very specific piece of equipment.
Hold on, what is it called again? Where are you?
I don't know.
Where is it on my sheet? Come on. The Horizon CU cubed mini drone. It's
The,
from Rigger
uh,
5.
Okay. The cubed one, right?
Yeah, the little mini drone.
Okay. Because like the roto drone, the medium sized one is
Oh yeah, you're thinking about the MTC one.
yes, because that is a roto drone. That
Oh,
this that you're
that's the
talking
murder
about
drone. Yeah.
is a Horizon cubed. No, this one is fine because it just is a little like personal camera dude thing.
Yeah, it has a light machine gun, but that's actually allowed. He has a license for that and everything. I mean, no, that's a light pistol, not light machine gun. Light pistol
All
with
right,
sticky shot.
let me break something down for you. Weapon mounts are illegal.
No, the small ones are legal. I checked. If it's not bigger than a light machine pistol, it's fine.
Whoops, that's not the right button. Let me check here.
If I had an assault rifle on it, yes, that's very illegal. I looked it up and looked it up again and asked a bunch of people.
Gear.
Restricted. Yeah.
What happened?
No, I'm just checking you because I'm not super familiar with Rigger 5.
Oh yeah, and I have
So
the one
as
that
you
has no tabs.
So as you approach with this lethal weapon at the ready, flying around behind you, the valet will ask you to, well, for one, what's the rating of the sin that you're flying?
4.
All right, let's
Not
see what
flying,
happens.
it's in my pocket. I don't actually keep it active.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Because
I'm not waving my taser around either.
we're about to have some really interesting situations crop up.
Doesn't it still have an RFID?
What do you mean? Oh yeah,
Like the icon?
Yeah, but it doesn't necessarily like if he
everything's
doesn't
tagged,
necessarily
but
have
I'm
to
licensed for it.
have. Good news, being licensed to carry a gun does not mean that you can just carry a gun wherever you please.
I know. Will they take my taser though from here?
No, they're
You
not
will
like
show they have
checking
a
you, but the
taser.
way you were
Oh.
describing it was this gun following you around in the air.
No, it's not. It doesn't even look that much like a gun. Just a little beep boop. But yeah.
So, you can go ahead and roll your drain for your physical mask. And what force were you casting that at?
It would be. I probably would go, just cast it at 4-6 because I was thinking because with this one there's no damage or anything like that, and so I don't think force matters.
Force does matter because
Yeah.
for one,
It always
limits
matters.
the number of hits that you can keep. For example, you have 4 hits there. If you had cast a Force 1 spell, you could keep one of those.
Gotcha. Okay.
It also varies the amount of drain that you can receive.
Okay.
Force 1 through 5, I believe, because Physical Mask, I believe, is Force -3. All calls to drain. And certain other spells have many, many very specific interactions with them.
Okay. So I was going to cast it at 4-6 then.
Sure. Go ahead and
And
resist your drain.
Resist the drain, which is 13 for me. Sorry, I'm double checking, making
That's
sure
fine.
I'm.
It's almost
Yep.
as if this is the first time most people have played.
I know, right? Okay.
All right, you are good. Let me just roll
Cool.
some things real quick to see. All right.
Oh,
The valet even opens the door for you.
sweet.
Oh,
And then
boy.
because we were talking about it with Tara, but I just wanted to I wanted to be clear. I actually am carrying my gun as well, but I do have a license for it. So
Oh, you actually have a real gun.
What kind of
yes,
gun?
I have a. It is a light. It's a Colt America L36.
Oh,
It's like a
my
light
drone has
pistol
the
or
same
something?
thing. Yeah, it's a light pistol.
Yeah, it's
Sure.
a light pistol. So it's just hanging out in my suit jacket.
Sure.
Yes, I'm carrying mine as well, but I have it in my concealable holster. Not obvious.
Somebody's fancy.
Mine might be
I'm
obvious
gonna end up
because
getting
I
stopped anyway.
do
You're-
not have a holster.
You're lucky that I rolled 0 hits on the perception test. Otherwise, we'd be checking your sin, sir.
Fair enough. That's all right. I've got a fake
Oh.
SIN, got a fake license. I'm good.
So, as we camera pan and fast forward time, the sun begins to set, and then the darkness begins to come up. And in this small hotel room, how many beds did you rent?
I suppose I just got a single master bedroom.
Okay.
Like, just single personal traveling. We're not going to be using it for like sleeping and everything. So
Sure. So inside this nice little hotel room, single bed, one chair, little love seat, trid set.
small bathroom and shower.
Yep. The very basics.
I unplugged the trid
Sure.
from the wall.
Coming out from presumably the bathroom where she's getting changed, physical description time.
You want me to start?
Yeah, since you were the one that rented the hotel room.
Sure. Physical description of myself or the hotel room?
I mean yourself, because I think I just told everybody what the hotel room looks like.
Could have red carpets. Anyways, right. So wearing a little black dress with glowing blue undersides, you see a short, roundish girl. She has long, reddish auburn hair with two little spikes in the front of it, like in that Asian style. A single like bright red, like yarn red, strand loops around the left one. She has freckles and smiles at you a little disarmingly.
And then as the camera pans around the room, laying on the bed is a person who is seemingly asleep.
When did you get in here?
Wait, asking him that physically because you're not getting an answer.
I'm used to myself. What does this face down character look like?
He's wearing he is annoyingly bright and colorful. He has a really messed up face though, wearing fancy goggles. His armored coat is electrochromatic and it basically projects the image of an ocean actively animated. And he's wearing shorts and boots because his distinctive style means he's never going to fit in anywhere. Maybe a club.
So he just tracked watery boots all the way into the carpet.
No, he's... Did it rain?
It's on the bed. You said he's wearing boots on the bed.
Oh, well, yes, but did it rain?
I guess it actually didn't rain.
Yeah. So it's fine. Sort of.
Mm.
Yeah, this guy's pretty uncouth and not very classy.
Okay.
Who wants to go next?
I will, as I will serve as the foil for him. Tilt stands in the corner, quite tall, quite skinny, Has a bit of a crooked nose, a nice goatee, nice kept hair, a beautiful Berwick suit, fitted to him perfectly, and just a presence about himself that says that, unlike Terra, he's very, very worldly and relatable, and fits in wherever he wants to.
Oh my god, did you guys all come in when I was changing?
Yes,
Could have knocked.
we did. You didn't answer.
Knockings for suckers.
Who's next?
I'll go. So, usually I have blonde hair with a blonde goatee beard, but currently I still look like a dwarf because I can't mask myself that that different. But long gray hair and no beard at all. I stand about 4 feet tall, weigh about 120, 130 pounds. I'm currently dressed in a very cheap suit, and I am looking at Tilt, and then I'll ask him, "Hey, did you bring some clothes for me?"
I did. I hand him.
Fantastic.
I hand him a suit.
Okay, yeah, and then he'll just start changing.
I will point out that there is also a shower here.
Oh, it's all right. I don't smell that bad. It rained the other day.
Yeah, you do.
Fair
I
enough.
relinquish the doorway.
All right, he'll step in.
I go over to this face-down, brightly colored, scarred person and feel their pulse to make sure they're not asphyxiating on the fluffy pillows.
Thank God he's passed out while you're doing this.
Yeah, I presume he's not dying. If this is how you wanted to start off by suffocating yourself, then well, it's been a pleasure.
No.
It's been a pleasure having you.
No. I mean, just he very he's a he has severe xenophobia. That's why I'm like, oh, thank God he's passed out while she's doing this.
So
Can I perform medicine,
mouth?
extended care on him? No.
I
my
think
God.
you know that he's in VR. You've seen him do this before. It's
Yeah,
not unusual.
he's got a
He's
pulse.
face down. He also looks tired. He looks tired to me. Fine, I'll leave him
Fading
alone.
does that to you.
What's fading?
Check his pockets. See if he's got any money.
You are more than welcome to run his pockets. I will not stop you.
I will absolutely rummage through his pockets. See what he's got on him.
What is this shit?
I mean,
We're
be glad it's not a
team.
cyber deck.
No. I think
Do
I
you have
don't have
anything
one
interesting
yet.
in your pockets?
Just the roto drone.
I mean, there's a drone with a gun on it.
There's a drone with a gun that looks really familiar. You
That's
might own the
interesting.
same one.
I probably do.
There's also there's actually like 5 soy burgers in there. Fancy.
Just stuffed in there.
It's like-
in a bag.
I imagine
Sweet.
they're like
no, he has
the,
it's like in different pockets, like a soy burger in each pocket.
I
he
imagine
has a
they're like
bunch
the
of
White
boxes.
Castle burgers you can get from the store.
Yeah.
There's,
With the little
something like-
boxes.
there's totally a microwave.
I'm gonna
in here,
hold up
too.
the drone and look over at Tilt and Hell and be like, "Hey, how much do you think I could get for this?"
I'm just gonna look at him, shake my head, and tut. Just
All right, fair enough. I'll toss it back on the bed, but I am gonna steal one of his soy burgers and eat it.
Ugh. We have rubes or oh my god, no. I call down to have hamburgers set up.
Sure.
I will wrap up the soy burger that has a bite out of it and put it back in his pocket.
Did you bother to heat it up?
No, I totally just ate it cold.
They're
Excellent.
pretty lukewarm. There's also like a liter bottle of water in there, a trid projector, some trodes. I'm just like running
A whole
through
bunch-
his.
The trodes are like all messed up like iPhone wires wise. They're like in the ball.
It's a head. It's just like a really shady looking headband that looks underused.
So coming down the hallway, following the sweet smell of room service burgers, is who?
That'd be a rather tall Asian man dressed in a fine suit with a cigar in his mouth with a very wispy mustache.
They have told you no smoking.
And he is not following their no smoking.
Oh
I'm
god.
just putting it out there.
Yeah, he doesn't care. He doesn't follow their stupid no smoking rules. And as he opens the door, his glasses go from really dark, they brighten up to completely clear.
He doesn't open the door. He can knock.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
mean,
yeah,
did
he
you
knocks on the
lock
door
it?
then.
More importantly, did whoever
it's-
was the last person in lock it?
It's a hotel room. It's always locked. You have to have the key code or a key card.
But you gave them the key code, didn't you?
I
Yeah,
did.
Yeah, so I just opened the door.
Well,
Damn it!
fair. Damn it.
And trudging along behind him is who?
Lurching behind him, making him seem small, is a 9.5-foot troll with white horns. Black hair pulled back. He seems to be a little bit uncomfortable in this fancy suit that he seemed to be shoehorned into. Looking about, and he does grab himself a handful of the food that was just brought up that he followed. Kind of
You'll have to-
eyeballing everybody else.
So you have to now I'm imagining a troll in a suit trying to get through this doorway. And he has to crouch down and then go in sideways.
I have to crouch down, go in sideways, bumping my knee on the door jamb, cursing the entirety of the way for this large body I seem to now inhabit and the small features of this room. Looking
It is
over, could you have gotten a smaller room?
Yes, I could have.
It is an older building that was created significantly before the Awakening and significantly before Goblinization happened. So the building codes were never updated to accommodate people who were above 8 feet.
So looking in this room, will I actually fit comfortably in here, or would I be better off standing out in the hallway?
With
So you
6
can fit-
people.
You can fit in the room. The only piece of furniture that looks like it might support you is probably the love seat. And that's
Yeah, I'll be
because
standing. in
Queen
the
size
corner.
bed would fit him.
No,
but
there's
only-
a cast out
only-
thing in there.
I
Can I
you can move
shove
him on
the
the
couch?
couch.
We can
I just
push him.
shove him off the bed since he's in VR. I just push him off, and then I sit on the bed.
Blatant disregard for my body. Jeez.
I mean,
I
you
will step
disregard your
over
body too.
the limp body and move over towards the wall, keeping my back to the wall and my face to the door.
And I go, so disrespectful. Shoes on the bed, and I just shove him off.
Rob,
Yes.
was the room service automated or did it have a maid?
It would have had a little drone.
Oh, okay.
It still looks like an old school trolley cart with the
Okay.
with a big hand on the top of it that just kind of goes and opens the top of that domey thing that they always have in those old timey.
Of course.
But
It
it's
has robo hands that just prop up a platter and then open the thing off for no reason.
yeah. Well, it's for class. This place is still classy, right?
I suppose.
But you guys
This
have a little
place
bit of
is
time.
tiny.
You guys have a little bit of time before the actual meet if you want to discuss or ask questions. But elsewise, we can skip ahead to that.
So do we know who we're supposed to be meeting here?
Frau Schmidt.
Frau Schmidt.
Did you say where in the hotel to meet us, or she just sent us a message?
Ballroom.
Yeah,
Ballroom. 7
ballroom.
p.m.
Right. Okay.
Do we know if there's going to be we're walking into a celebratory thing? Is it just going to be us? Is it going to be us and a bunch of people?
You guys stay here. Me and Tilt will go find out what the event is about. We'll
I'm
close the
okay
browse.
with that.
We're the two suited ones and the faces.
I have
I
a
also
really
suggest
nice
everyone
suit.
comes in staggered.
Hey,
I have over
I got into this
$1,000
thing just
in
for that.
suit.
I
Yeah,
have
but
no
you're
idea how much my suit is worth, but it's nice.
Okay, Asian assassin. You wanna stay here and enjoy room service?
Yeah, go without me. I stay here.
Cool.
So Jurgen's going to start rolling up some of his deep weed. He's going to be like, hey, if he can smoke, so can I, yeah?
No, don't do it, man. Not deep weed.
All right.
You don't want to be dual natured.
If he is not awakened, it doesn't do anything to him like that.
He's the mage, right?
He's the
I
mage.
am the mage.
He's the mage.
I was under the impression that you were going to pass it around as one does, but you are more than welcome to get high if you want. I'm not stopping you, and it's not your deposit on the room. Which, by the way, there will be a charge on your deposit for the room for somebody
Yeah,
smoking in the room.
Because I am smoking in your room. And
Thanks,
since Tara's
Charlie.
passed out on the floor, as I kick my shoes off and put my feet up on the bed, I kind of just, since he's on the ground, like use his back as an ashtray.
Damn. Damn.
No respect.
I mean, you are an unconscious meat log on the ground, so.
God damn it! Can never go into VR in peace. No party lets it happen.
You said there's a bathroom in here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm picking up the meat log and I'm going to deposit it in the tub.
There is no tub. It's a shower.
That works too.
You just kind of crumple him up there like he's a bad.
I'm just going to lay him
zombie.
out so he's out of the
Right.
way.
Next to the deep weed rolling.
If I could fill it with ice, I probably would, but
What?
I mean, you could call
Like
room
room
service for a
service.
bunch of ice.
Room service, bunch of ice.
What
I
is
have
this
officially
shit?
deposited the literal terrorist.
Yeah. So
Terrorists
as
on
you
ice.
guys go down to the ballroom. There's a little bit of commotion, just like people moving around and stuff on the inside, but not.
People setting up catering.
You don't know. You're outside. But like
The
you know,
bar?
as you come up to the door, you can hear commotion inside. It's a nicer ballroom. It's probably about 2.5 stories tall, like on the inside, so that it has room for acoustics and grand lighting and all that other fancy people crap.
Mm-hmm. Live band? Wow.
Well, that's not what like it is set up for that, but that is inside. Like when you go in, it'll have a little bit of a runway. Off to the one side, you will see a mid-40s human woman who is wearing a very nice dress. She has a long cigarette stick.
Is she French or German?
I don't know. We'll find out as you get closer to her.
Well, okay.
She has a one of those wine sniffer things in her. Is that what they're called? Because I know champagne flutes are called flutes. I don't know what the wine ones are called. Might just be glasses. On the small runway is a young woman, probably 19 to 22. She is an elf. She is seeming to be walking up and down the runway. There is a little bit of runway music from a dwarf that is off on the side with a little bit of electronics. And as you, well, what do you guys do? This is the room that you walk into.
I
I look around.
he looks right.
What do you,
I look around for
you may go ahead and roll a
anything-
perception test, and we'll see how good you find of
I
things.
did. I
Oh,
rolled the perception
shit,
test.
Right,
look
right
at that.
there.
All right, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for anything like that would strike me as very out of the ordinary. If there is anything that
This is a little bit of a weird situation. Like you have
A
one
dwarf
person
in the
doing
corner
runway
playing
walks.
music.
Like there's one person doing runway walks to an audience of 1.5 because the dwarf is there doing like music things. It's not like loud boomy music, but it's definitely enough to like you can hear it and you can see that the girl that is striding down the walk is kind of like strutting to the music a little bit.
She's practicing.
That one would
Is
One would feel.
is the woman with the wine sniffer or flute or whatever we've decided it was watching her, or is
Yes.
she just passive? Ah,
she
okay.
is watching her intently.
I point up to Tilt. Let's roll up, see what this is about.
we roll up.
All right. So as you do you guys announce yourself, or you just kind of like creep in without really
I'll
do you,
I'm gonna
you-
fall-
I'll
I'm
like
gonna
do
fall.
like a knock on the door that we
Okay.
came in.
Sure. So you
Um,
view the scene for a second, knock the door, and then you will see the older-ish woman turn around with her long cigarette in her hand. Is like, "Darling, take 5." And she kind of just waves without looking at the elf on the runway. He's like, "Can I help you?"
Yeah, this just we're invited to the ballroom party in a couple of hours. We wanted to come see what it was all about. Maybe get a sneak peek into the show.
So she's gonna kind of look at you guys for a little bit. We're gonna qualify the fact that it's not like a couple of hours. We're closer to like, because I know some people had to take like 2 hours to get
Well,
here.
we waited for everyone to show up, so at least
Yeah.
their travel times have passed, and then
Right. So
Yeah.
we're like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So you're like 3 hours or so from
Mhm.
your proposed meet. She's like, sorry, this is a private training session. There's no visitors quite allowed.
Tilt, help me out. Tilt.
I'm thinking. I don't normally do this kind of thing in my day-to-day life.
I
Give
can
me a second
completely
here,
see
I
him
need-
actually looking and snapping.
And Terry, you already had your nap time.
Very very sorry about that, my darling. We were just so curious as
You muted somewhere in the middle of there, or Skype shit out on me, one or the other.
I couldn't hear
No,
him either.
we
Oh,
lost
I'm hearing
him.
you. He cut
that
out.
was me.
Tilt.
Where did I cut out?
Start over.
Yeah, just easier
At the
that way.
beginning.
I'm so sorry about that. You know how it is. You get invited to a party, you want to find out what every room in the building is all about, and thought I could find a little sneak peek about what was going on in here, but I would hate to intrude.
As she takes a long drag off of her cigarette and a little sip of her wine. I'm afraid I am familiar with all parties that take place in my establishment, and I am unaware of any that are planned for this evening.
Oh no. It would be quite unfortunate if I got my dates wrong again.
Oh, honey. Really? You made me dress up for this? I storm off, all upset.
Do you want to give me a con roll for how pissed off you are, just for giggles? How well you sell it?
Oh, she doesn't even try to sell it at all.
Oh, okay. So
I'm
Tilt,
just gonna
you're
look at
standing
her
there
very
with a-
bewildered.
So, one does not normally advertise the fact that they are having meetings with professional criminals. Just saying.
Yes.
And you guys are at least an hour early.
My headset keeps cutting out.
That's not.
This is quite unfortunate.
Do you need me to
I
repeat
was gonna
something,
say.
or you got it?
I got the end just there. I got the beginning and the end. I'll assume the
good.
middle.
Uh, one does not normally advertise the fact that they're hiring criminals to do illegal things.
Right, but we also don't know if this is our person.
I,
So-
I will look at her and say, might I take you as being Herr Schmidt,
Frau.
Frau Schmidt?
So she's gonna sit there for a moment, put the cigarette in her mouth, and take a long drag, and kind of give you a raised eyebrow with a little twinkle in it.
And then with that, I'm just gonna go very well, and just kind of turn around and follow Hell away.
Sure. And as you begin to walk out the door, you'll hear the woman yell, "Edmund!" And then the music will start back up. And if you choose to watch, you will see that the young elf woman begins to practice some more.
I'm gonna go to the bar.
Sure. There is a small bar and restaurant here. As it is, 4 to 5 o'clock in the afternoon, it's starting to get kind of busy as some of the people are coming down rather than ordering room service. There's a gentleman with a big curly mustache behind the bar that is doing his thing.
I've already ordered a martini.
It is
I have a second
martini.
one. I have a second one set aside for Tilt.
I guess I'm taking a martini.
Sure.
So,
Uh,
she our
I'm
girl?
just gonna go back to the room with that. I just wanted to
fine.
drink.
Leave me here. Fuck you.
So back in the
I'm
room.
gonna
what
make
you-
my way out of the room.
Sure. Where are you going?
You said bar.
Yep.
I'm headed to the bar.
Excellent. What is your lifestyle?
Lifestyle.
Find your character sheet as I scroll on down. You are low.
Yep. So that's what I'm doing. Yeah, low.
So, good news is they do keep some soy wiser in stock for.
I never said I was going to partake. I'm here on business. I'm
Okay.
going to take a look around and see who's actually in here, trying to get a feel for the crowd that I may end up encountering later.
Sure. You go ahead and roll either etiquette or perception, and we'll see what kind of information that you wanna do.
All right, I'll roll a perception. Looking on my sheet, it says 12. Am I reading that right?
Maybe. Let me take a quick look. For a visual perception, yes. The anticipation of the dice.
What the? Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, have to disable that visual
All
dice
right.
thing. That's
So with
on my
one
nerve.
hit, there's a whole bunch of like, not quite like super fancy people here, but people who are definitely living better than you are.
Oh yeah.
Whole bunch of normies.
All right. I'll just mosey on through and walking around, just keeping an eye out.
Sure.
Can't stand being in that tiny confined room anymore.
After a couple minutes of you just kind of wandering, somebody will actually come up and ask if they can help you.
Nope. Just waiting around for a get together, and I'll walk past him.
He'll give you a half-hearted, very good, sir, as you continue your pacing, basically.
I'll eventually find myself a section of the area that I can actually just sit down and
People watch.
stay out of the way of everybody. Yeah, people watch.
Sure.
Do they have troll-sized, couch cushions, or do you just take a whole couch to yourself?
I will take a whole couch to myself.
But yeah, you guys are able to get back to the hotel room, no problem. Do you want to do anything?
I think we're good till the. Anyone want to do anything until the Johnson shows up?
Nope.
Cool. Let's skip ahead.
See how smoky I can get the room. That's about it.
There is a window.
I don't open it.
Okay.
I do.
Good news. The sensors have already been tripped.
Yeah.
Um,
Pleasant. I'm sure I'm watching the bill of crew on my account right now.
They won't tell you that until you go to leave.
No, naturally.
Naturally, because otherwise they tip you off, and you might go looking for the sensors throughout the room, and they'll charge you by day for the like if you smoked today and then you smoked there tomorrow over your course of your stay.
Well, it's a good thing I'm only here one day.
I mean, Charlie might hang around.
I only rented a room for one day.
Right. But
That's
now
one
he's
night,
smoking
sir, which
today.
is two separate today. That's two
Oh
separate
God.
days.
Fucking shit.
So as somebody looks at their digital AR to zoom in on the clock will just go and click through to right before 7 o'clock, about 10 minutes before.
Okay.
I'll make
Time
my
to
way
hit the
back to
floor.
the room to meet everybody.
Sure. So you guys have heading down to the ballroom, or you guys want to discuss anything beforehand?
I'm gonna put my
If
nice
it's
suit on, get all
yeah, if it's that
spiffed up.
close, Charlie is just gonna head on down to the ballroom.
Sure. So you guys see very much the same scene, but as you are approaching it, you will see the young elf woman carrying a workout bag and a towel over her shoulder and a bottle of water, and she looks like she's been through hell. Like when you're going into a gym and you see the person coming out of the gym that has been there for an hour doing their thing. She
Yeah.
Is this the model we were talking about?
Yes. This is the model that's leaving.
I go up to her and I compliment her on what she's doing. Say if she, and then I quickly follow it up with we should party in center sometime. You look like you could use a good dance.
Do you want to roll some etiquette or something in there? Tara, by the way, this is about a charisma 6 elf. Just to throw that out in front of you.
Yeah, I'm gonna etiquette. I have 10 dice.
Sure. Let's see them bones.
My limit is 6.
Yeah. Limits usually don't come into matter.
10 d6 greater than 5. There we go. 3 successes. 6.
So with 3 hits, she's gonna stop and look at you, and then look to Tilt because you were the two that was here earlier, and she'd be like, I'm flattered, thank you, but I don't want to. Not my scene.
You sure? Berlin party scene? All right.
She blushes. I need to focus on my career. I'm sorry. And she's gonna kind of head down like.
I move the conversation to her before she does. I ask her about her boss. How's working for that first Schmidt? I imply her name.
I'm sorry. Who?
Oh, sorry. I must have thought she was someone else in the modeling agency. My bad.
And then she'll kind of
Trot off.
have a good night and trot off. Inside the room is that same middle 40s woman. She has a second thing of wine with her, or at least presumably the second. There is an empty one with her, and another one that's about half full in her hand. Same long e-cigarette. The dwarf is looking to be putting away some of that equipment, and she is just kind of standing there puffing on this cigarette and swirling the wine, not facing the door.
And this is the time and place.
This is a couple of minutes before the time, and this is the place.
There's no crowd out front?
Nope.
Gentlemen, I believe this must be our woman. And this whole party is a sham.
I mean, it was never a party. It was just at the ballroom that she throws parties at.
Well, I mean, one does not rent a ballroom to have a nice, polite conversation. One rents a ballroom to have a ball.
I mean, you don't rent from
Right.
yourself either.
That was never implied that the owner of the hotel was the Johnson.
It was never asked.
She's not necessarily
And
Johnson either.
I didn't know that either. So I don't know what you're talking about.
I believe I described when Tara did the Matrix search as the owner being a certain. Do I still have it up?
You did. As if there's only one 40-year-aged elf.
She's human.
She's human? Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
I remember. I'm getting them to both cross.
Yeah, it is a young.
Okay.
Elf. Yep. So, what are you guys all doing?
I'm gonna walk up to this lady.
Are there any seats?
Yeah, it still has the tables and chairs in here. They're kind of spread out, plenty of room between them, but they're not.
I sit across from her as far as possible, but still within the same circle of tables.
Sure. So she will hear you guys approaching and kind of turn around somewhat dramatically with her her cigarette and her bottle of wine.
As I step into this ballroom, I'm going to just step off to the one side of the door, and I'll just stay right there.
Sure. There is, it is a ballroom, so the door in where this meeting is taking place is a pretty sizable distance.
I just don't want to get too close. That's
Sure.
my. If it's that sizable of a distance, I'll get a little closer, but I'll still stay 2 or 3 tables away from wherever they're talking at.
Sure. You just be the antisocial person who wants to stand on the other side of the room at the boys and girls dance.
Yeah, effectively.
Sure.
The antisocial big ugly rock in the room.
Yeah. So she will gracefully sit down, and the dwarf will kind of look up as you guys are here and start talking, and then he'll look to her, she'll nod, and he will make himself scarce and disappear through like the back pseudo stage area. It's kind of funny watching him stumble up the steps a little bit to get up onto the stage runway area and then back behind the
I make a note.
and stuff.
I make a note of his face.
I mean, sure. He looks like a dwarf. Big bulbous
Specific-
nose.
Specifically his face, just for future reference.
Sure. Roll me a perception test. We'll see how well you get an eyeball of his face.
Okay.
So she'll sit there. Good to see that you've come for the party.
Oh shit! I don't actually have perception. Damn it. What's default on perception? It's
Intuition.
It's just intuition.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So it's gonna be 4 dice because I lose 1, right?
Yep.
36 greater than 5. 2 successes.
Alright, so you've got about 2 successes worth of information about this dude's face. He's a dwarf. Looks like most dwarves. You might be able to recognize him again if you happen to
Have
run into him.
photographic memory.
Well, we'll see.
Onwards.
Yes. And then she will kind of put down her wine. And one doesn't really stub out an electronic cigarette, but she'll, click it off and put it down on the table. You must be the darlings that my associates have told me about. I require you to fetch someone for me. Is this a thing that you can do?
Depends. Who's the someone? And where are we fetching them from?
She'll, look around the table a little bit. Oh, no one of consequence. But the venue, well, that might be a little bit more challenging.
No place too challenging to get into.
She'll beam you a giant smile with her, perfect makeup and such.
How long until you want to meet this person?
Oh, I'm afraid they might only be in town through the weekend, and I simply must have them.
This is when our face is supposed to say stuff.
Yeah. Is he muted? Tilt, you there?
You're
No,
not
you are not talking at all. Just dead silence as we all wait for you to do things.
This does explain
Yeah,
everything.
you haven't said anything in a very
Wah, wah,
long
wah.
time. What is with your muting? Don't mute yourself. Just leave yourself on.
As long as it doesn't have crazy background noise like somebody who took steps to fix that.
Oi,
Okay, well
I learned.
it's not working. You haven't said anything since like we left the bar.
So, Tilt,
Okay.
what you can do is you can click the little blue button to mute Skype, and then Shift should allow you to toggle that, and then that will allow you to sort of push to talk. Alright, well, you've clearly been doing it wrong then. If other people have questions, though, while Tilt is figuring that out, we can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
What
yeah,
place this
sure.
be, lady?
Sorry, what'd you say?
What place this be, lady? I don't speak too good of English or whatever we're using.
Does everybody here speak German?
Deutsch.
I actually speak German. Yeah.
I
So it would
Native
probably
language?
be it would probably be German, just because you are in Germany.
yeah.
Yeah, I sort of assumed that Germany was the natural default language unless someone said otherwise.
Yeah. Well, now we've made
Yeah.
it completely official.
No,
Alright.
my default language is Japanese, but I took German.
Good.
Right.
Good.
Does anyone who doesn't have German as their natural language?
Me, it is not my natural language.
Okay, I believe Tilt also has it as well because I think he's got English as his main one.
I was going to say, I
Okay.
think Tara does
No,
too. Isn't Tara from UCAS?
Oh yeah, this is true. Tara, you don't have a natural language German? Oh yeah.
Can we hear me now?
We can
Yes.
hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
Hey,
I have.
it's the
I have-
voices.
I'm quite sad now because there's many things I've been saying.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure. Your
I pulled her
girlfriend thinks
chair
you're
out for
weird.
her. So.
My chair?
No, the
The John.
Frau Schmidt,
Johnson.
when we came
Yeah,
in.
the Schmidt.
She
I was
was already sitting. You pulled her chair out from underneath her.
No, well,
I
Gener-
got you, bro. Don't worry.
we're good. We're good.
Alright.
She
All
sat
right.
down at the beginning. Anyways, so I'm gonna look at her and just kind of nod and be like, "This is a thing that we can take care of." Yes. May I ask you how much you are willing to part with to entertain this new guest of yours?
She'll beam you a viper smile, and pick up her cigarette again, turning it on and sticking it in her mouth, taking a long drag, blowing a cloud of smoke just generally into the air.
As our twin clouds meet and mingle.
Yeah, no, she gave you a little bit of the stink eye for that. Don't worry.
That's okay.
60,000 Newton.
Would you mind parting with, say, an extra 10,000 if we expedite your party to be party with you?
Well, that might depend upon how expedited it becomes. Smoke.
Say,
What are
And
you willing
it's-
to pay a night?
So, just gonna break it down for you real quick, Zerg. Sensing is something that people can notice you doing, and it is generally considered kind of rude to just stare at somebody's soul.
Just a
Yeah.
little bit.
It's a bad idea to sense the Johnson.
Fair enough. I wasn't sure if they could notice that I was doing that just by looking at me.
It's one of those things like your eyes get a little weird and stuff, and like she might
Well, I
have.
figured my eyes kind of already were weird because I smoked deep weed before coming in.
Oh, well, in that case, yeah, you're just sensing everybody anyway.
Yeah, pretty much. I just figured I'd make it official for 3 successes. I'm just kind of I'm just kind of hanging out, watching everybody in the room.
Let me find the important tables, and I will tell you what you get off of her. So with 3 hits, she is mundane. She has maybe not even a full point of essence worth of some wear. Real light stuff like overbody. Do you have any kind of related knowledge skill that I could help nail this down for you a little bit?
Unless it's has something to do with magical traditions, then no.
That wouldn't. Let me do. And as for her general mood, she is confident, and kind of flustered. But since you've been forcibly perceiving the entire time, you will notice that that is not like something that has changed recently. It's definitely a little bit of like an irritation or something that has kind of put her in a little bit of a foul mood before this conversation started.
Okay.
Mages are weird, yo.
Back to the bonus.
Yeah, no, that'll get to some negotiation rolls.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think me and Tilt are gonna teamwork. So, I want to back him up with my negotiation. Yeah.
Sure.
Yes.
So first I roll dice, and then you get bonus dice equal to my net hits, right?
Yep.
Or just okay. So negotiations 10. So slash roll 10d6 greater than 5. Ah, woof. Ah, woof.
So congratulations, Tilt. You get an additional bonus die.
Yes, and I have first impression, but I'm pretty sure I burned that on meeting her 2 hours ago. Yes.
I'll give it to you. Mostly because this is slightly meeting under different circumstances and slightly me just being generous.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So that would be, and this does not count as diplomacy. This counts as negotiation,
This
not negotiation.
is negotiation. This is bargaining because you are not
Bargaining.
Like,
That's the one.
because you're bargaining. That's basically what it comes down to.
Making sure I don't add extra dice I don't mean to add. That would be 13, 14, 15.
Just remember your one bonus that you get for the assist.
Yes, I did. 7 successes.
Excellent. Are you confident in that level of success?
She's human.
Mhm.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So she's gonna, abstract for you guys bartering back and forth, and we'll see. Okay.
Ooh.
So
She got.
he got like 5 net hits. So what she will agree to, and by association, this is kind of what you're agreeing to, since you were not gonna. All right, she'll give you this. I negotiate again. That's not how this works. She'll pay you the 60, and she is willing to pay you 10 up front, assuming that you can get this completed. Like, she's gonna give you the 10 up front, and if you are able to get this completed before the end of the night Sunday, with an exact time to be given after the full details are exchanged, she'll be happy to make it a grand total of 70,000.
Wonderful.
Sweet.
What day is it today?
Wednesday.
Let's go with Wednesday.
Wednesday. Okay, so we have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And you said by Sunday?
4 days, yeah.
In the negotiation, it was by Saturday, and if you guys agree to the job itself, a specific time will be given. But it was just kind of like ballparked out, so that this way.
I think that is very reasonable. I think we would love to do this. We would very much agree to this
Hell
endeavor.
looks to Charlie.
And we would appreciate
and
any
grog.
information you can add.
Looking for acceptance.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
you need
God.
someone we get.
Cool. We Uber ready.
All right. So then she will reach into like the little fancy glove things that rich people like to wear, and she'll pull out a data chip and put it on the table. More or less like between you and whoever, and probably Tilt because he was doing the majority of the negotiations, where it is like 1/3 close to her and you're like 2/3 of the way, so that you have to like get up and reach for it, or whoever else is going to grab it.
Can I motion for Grog
I'll
to grab
stand
it?
up and grab it.
Sure.
No, you guys can grab the data chip. On that chip, there is a young woman. I need you to bring her to me. There will be sizable, but not organized resistance. This weekend at the Ritz, there is a Evo culture fashion show. And this young woman, whose picture is located on that chip, along with a few other details, will be there.
This resistance, you care about them? Like they need to be living?
So she mentioned the Ritz, which do you guys have like German area knowledge?
I've got local landmarks and corporate knowledge, but doesn't like everyone know about the Ritz? The Ritz is like the nicest hotel ever.
I don't know. I just like the Ritz because it's known for being the nicest hotel ever. I don't even know if it's in Germany.
Isn't it just common knowledge? Well, I believe they have installments all over the place.
Probably. They are probably about an A rating corporation in just like their money. They most likely belong to some double or triple A instead of being their own corp. They're in like a C to B rating zone. So official Knight Errant, screw you, HGR SWAT team response is not far away, but this is a moderate-sized event with a lot of people attending, so it's going to be a lot hard. Like, if you were to say try to break into the security at this hotel, it would be a lot harder because there's significantly less people involved. At the Ritz for this Evo Culture fashion show, there's going to be a lot more people there. And there's going to be a lot of people that are strange faces and look weird and all kinds of other goofy things. So, you guys kind of know where it is. And you've kind of got the idea. I'm going to imagine that rolling in and shooting the place to bits, not a good idea.
No guns, got it.
I mean, you're more than welcome to bring in guns and use it to, like, drug down a person or two. But, you know, rolling up assault rifles, ski masks, payday style is not going to end well.
It's too many high priority people here.
Aww.
It's a cultural event. Of course, who says it has to happen there?
True.
Okay, so we need to get this girl. Do we have any other information? Does the data chip have any other information on her? Like where she's staying? Who she knows?
Yes, it has some information on her. Looking through it real quick, you will find out that she is. Let me come over here, and I will find. I'll find a name for her. Just a second.
Is she staying at the Ritz itself, or is she staying at another place?
So what it is there is this Evo fashion show there, and it is a bit of a traveling fashion show, hitting up a bunch of the different locations, owned by the same company, doing more or less the same thing. How much do you guys, out of character, know about Evo?
Zip.
Zip.
Is that the one ran by the troll and the free spirit?
I believe so. So Evo.
Oh yeah, Evo, the corp that cares.
They're the metahuman corp, right?
No. Evo loves itself some freaks. So all of your goofy metasapients, you guys can be Evo citizens if you want. Like things like pixies or Naga have very, very few places that allow them to be people. A Naga, most places, probably is treated like a fancy pet. Whereas with Evo, they can get legitimate citizenship and be treated like a person and get like Evo sins. So when I say that this is a Evo culture fashion show, this is a fashion show where you're going to see any number of weird things, and not just natural weird things, but people who have taken cyber augmentation to a level where
So it's a zoo.
yes, full of weird shit.
Oh, fucking holla. I quickly look up the website and just go pale.
So you'll see a couple of things. They have a couple of different lines. This is clothing that is kind of geared to people with very unusual body types, so that even you can feel like, great and have things that you can.
Am I normal?
Are you normal? Yeah, you would be totally normal there because you're a weirdo.
Yeah,
I
no,
think
that's what
the
I'm saying.
point-
You could feel semi-normal.
Yeah,
I think the point of Evo is that nothing is normal.
yeah, kinda. They want you to be what you want to be. They're like Tumblr.
Oh Jesus!
I tried real hard to not make that joke, but you guys just kept pushing
I
me towards it.
mean,
I'm just imagining like Monsters Inc.
Evo is definitely the opposite of Tumblr, but yes.
So the young woman in question, there's a picture. You will notice that she has like a red skin, and uh, in the documentation she is listed as a Nartaki, and she is she's not one of the models. She is one of the stylists. Nartaki, for those that you don't know, are from like India, and they have 4 Shiva arms.
Oh yeah, I know about them. They're the human meta variant, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And she's Indian, naturally, because they only come from India.
Well, sort of. Like
Sort
it's
of.
I
a
mean, she
it's
could
a
be
genetic
counterculture.
thing. It's not like she is a natural Nartaki. She's not a cyber, but I'll find you a name when we take a break in a couple of minutes. Um, yeah, no, like people crossbreed and stuff all over the place. So like you could have an ancestor that 2 generations ago married an had some Indian blood somewhere in their system, and then skip some generations, introduce the awakening, and boom, 4 arms and red skin.
Right.
So, there you have it. There's your target.
What's her name?
I will
He's gonna
find that
come
out
up
when we take up a break
Oh,
because
okay.
um, I need to mess around with my random name generator to find out what her name is.
Okay. Is she staying at the Ritz?
Yes, the entire like fashion show is staying at the Ritz.
Okay. She's a stylist. Does she have like any other kind of affiliations?
She is an Evo corporate center,
So
or not a
she's an
corporate, like
Evo
a
Corp?
corporate limited center.
Right. Okay. Guess we're gonna have to find everything else ourselves. Sweet.
Yeah, there'll be some more information in the data chip. It's just you guys haven't come up with the questions to ask as to whether or not it's in there yet.
All right. Well, we smile, and I ask her how much talking does she want to have with this client.
Um,
What kind of party activities did you have planned? I wanna make sure not to wear her out too much.
employment.
Ah, very good. She does seem very talented.
So, with that, we are going to take a quick break so you guys can go do whatever you got to do. We will